Man United 1, West Ham 1, a draw. Listen, look, there's so many ways to break this down. On one side, you've got, listen, it's the last game of the season coming up. Let's just fall over the line, scramble over the line, and let's get it done. If you would have looked at where we were in the season compared to where we are now, you would have taken this opportunity to have it in our own hands going into the last game. I appreciate that. I understand that. But I can't hide my frustration. I really can't hide my frustration. And my worry, I'm looking at the players. They look jaded. They look janky. They look jagged. They look tired. Oh, my God, Chelsea got another one back. Oh, bloody hell. Chelsea on the comeback now, 3-2 as I'm recording this. But we've got to focus on ourselves. And look, I just feel that I'm getting worried that when it comes down to the real crunch game to be able to take full advantage of an opportunity, we fail to do that. You know, we take part advantage of it. We took a point, which extended our gap ever so slightly. And people might be saying, you know, even if we would have won, we still would have to get a decent result or less. I get that. But the way we're playing is so poor. I mean, we started off all right. I've been praying for a fast start for a while. And I think we got that. I thought, you know, the first couple of minutes, Martial forces a decent save from Fabianski. It's 4-2. Oh, Liverpool scored 4. Didn't even know. Then Mason Greenwood forces a shot, and we started okay. But after we got to the drinks break, we just went from bad to worse. And again, another example of us giving another team confidence. I think after the first sort of 20 minutes after that drinks break, it's like West Ham thought, tell you what, we've kept them contained. They're not really hurting us. We'll let the fullbacks have it. We'll let them go wide. We'll stay compact. We'll stay tight. And they grew into the game. That's what happened. They grew into the game. And one of my biggest bugbears about today is it's not even like West Ham created massive chances. I think De Gea was only called into action probably once. But they looked dangerous. But it was just our inability to play. Pogba, criminal. I don't care what anyone says. You can't excuse that, giving away the penalty. Mark was trying to argue to the cows come home, saying, you know, it's a natural reaction to do this. I'm not seeing Vidic do that. I'm not seeing John Terry do that. I'm not seeing Van Dijk do that. I'm not seeing a lot of big players do that. And even the players who were in and around him, I think it was Lindelof and I think it was maybe Bruno. I can't remember exactly who it was. They're turning away. Just turn away. Turn away. Then if it hits off you and goes in, it's a different conversation. We're saying, why didn't you face it up, make yourself big? But, you know, the real brave players at that point make themselves big and they take one in the face. If you get a little daze from it and you have to go down, you know, it might even help because he takes one to the face, then the play gets stopped and we recoup. You just be brave in that situation, Pogba. I love you to bits, but you messed up. You messed up. Then he was just bad after that in general. Bruno, his worst game for us, wasn't at the races. Rashford, poor. Worst game since the restart from him. Martial huffed and puffed and tried, but was starved the service. Greenwood, thank God he pulled us out of a bad situation with another great goal, great finish from him. And that's another frustration. The one time where we did, you know, want to make something happen and play forward and play to our strengths, 1-2 touch, we created. And when we did get back into that early, we couldn't have asked for a better start to the second half. Early goal, you put West Ham under pressure, you get the goal. Can we kick on from that? No, we just allowed West Ham to recompose themselves, gather themselves and think, you know what? Let's go again. And that's what they did. And they finished stronger. I thought Brandon Williams was poor today. Fosu-Mensah, although I did, you know, understand why Solskjaer was trying to rest/drop Wan-Bissaka because he hadn't been playing well. Didn't offer us anything going forward and made a rash challenge and put himself on a yellow card. And that was the right change for Solskjaer to make at half time. So you could argue that bringing in Fosu-Mensah didn't really work. Lindelof and Maguire did okay. Didn't have much to do, to be fair. And De Gea, all the talk was on De Gea making mistakes and how is he going to play and should he or shouldn't have been there. He didn't really have much to do. Matic was poor. I just think in midfield we could not get hold of the game. And you know what? Call me pessimistic. I said it at half time to Mark on the show. I wasn't confident we were going to turn that around. I was not confident. Technically, we didn't turn it around. We managed to salvage something. And so really I was proved right. But I'm worried with the way we're playing. I'm thinking of this Leicester game and there's two ways that they could approach it. Yeah, they could look at it like, look, they want to get Vardy in behind us, let us have it, and then they spring on us. Versus, actually, Brendan Rodgers gets them up for it, gets them in our face, which we've seen when teams do that to us. We've been struggling to pass out from the back with any real intent to put teams under pressure in transition. If Brendan Rodgers says, right, Harvey Barnes, you get at Wan-Bissaka down that side. Perez, you get down. Hopefully, it'll be Luke Shaw who comes back in. I really do hope so, but I doubt it. You get a Brandon Williams, Jamie. You pressure, get Vardy to pressure Maguire and Lindelof. It could be really uncomfortable. Get their midfield working really, really hard with Ndidi in there, with Tielemans in there, with maybe Maddison might be back. I don't know. It just could be really uncomfortable. And look, I fear for it. I just worry. I really do worry. At the end of the day, it's a massive opportunity for us to get it, and we have to get it. We have to get the top 4. We have to. We can't rely on having to go and win Europa League. We can't rely on having to do that with the position that we've worked ourselves into. The positives are at least it still is in our grasp, and we were probably always going to have to go to Leicester and get a result. Chelsea, I don't see them coming back here. They're going to lose the game. Maybe Wolves might do us a favour as well, but we can't rely on that. We've got to go there. And look, if you're saying all you have to do is go to Leicester and not get beat, and you can't do it, don't deserve it. Don't deserve it. But this top 4 is so vitally important. It's going to shape our summer. It's going to shape our future. It's going to shape this team's mentality. And the mentality is something that we've been questioning so much from this team. The mentality is all we speak about. And when it really matters, the mentality hasn't been there. You know, Solskjaer talks about the mentality and players bouncing back. He rested players against Chelsea, you know, to come in fresh for this. And I never saw it. I never saw fresh players out there. I saw players that looked dejected. I saw players not even trying things. That was a big worry for me. Actually, they were going into their shells. Bruno wasn't trying things. Or when he was, it just wasn't coming off. Matic wasn't trying to pass between the lines. Pogba wasn't trying to pass between the lines. Everything was safe. And we just invited pressure from West Ham. Mark Noble almost ran the show, pulling strings in midfield. I rate Mark Noble as a professional. He's a good, honest player. Like I said before the game, you don't get as many appearances at that level if you're not technically sound, and that's what he is. Declan Rice, again, made all the right decisions, made it difficult for us. And we just allowed them to come on to us, and it was just so disappointing to do that. But look, there's one more cup final left. One more game. I don't care how we get over the line. I don't care if it's luck. I don't care if we get a stalemate and get another 1-1 draw. I'll be bouncing. I'll be over the moon. Yes, it feels like dejected right now. And yes, it feels like we should be in a better position. But the facts are the facts. It is still in our hands. We can't forget that. And we just got to make sure we don't get beat at Leicester. It's going to be very difficult. Yes, it is. I understand that. But if you can't go to Leicester and not get beat, you don't deserve it. They're going to have to really come at us, which in some ways it may help. It may help. I saw some people, you know, after speaking to a lot in the fan camps today, criticising Solskjaer, saying that he should have taken off Pogba earlier. He should have taken off Bruno earlier. You know, he should have been able to make something off the bench. But then I just think Solskjaer's showing that he's got no faith in the subs at all. None. Zero. Zilch. We saw what happened against Southampton when he took Pogba and Bruno off, and everyone was saying it showed a weak mentality. It invited Southampton onto us, and then now we're saying, why didn't he take those 2 players off? I don't think he can win that argument. I think he's always damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. The quality isn't there. The only thing I do agree with is that Rashford should have come off earlier for Ighalo. I do agree with that. It wasn't like you were waiting for Rashford to really come into it. He just looked like he was having a bad game, making poor decisions. Just wasn't at it. I would have brought Ighalo on earlier and made that change and put Martial on the left from earlier. But we didn't get it in the end. We just didn't get the response and the reaction that we did. And thank God for Mason Greenwood. Big up Mason Greenwood. That is the shining light. You know, he's up there with, you know, the likes of George Best as a young player coming in, and the goals that he's got in that breakthrough season. It's just fantastic. He's got us out of so many situations this year, and he's going from strength to strength. He's the one shining bright light out of today's performance, I would say. And roll on Sunday, man. I'm nervous. I'm not confident that we're going to win. I think we'll stumble to a draw. I really do. The way we're playing, I'm not confident. I hope they prove me right. I said that. This flipping fly. I said that. I hope that that I was proved wrong at half-time, but I didn't even think we'd turn it around, and we didn't fully. I don't want to be proved right with these players. I don't want them to prove the haters right. I don't want them to prove the questioners, the doubters right about their mentality. Go to Leicester. I hope they get the win, but I can't see it with the way we're playing. I think we'll stumble to a draw. I really do. My man in the match has got to be Mason Greenwood, even though there's not really much to shout home about, but that is my man in the match for managing to salvage a point, which could have been a really embarrassing day. Roll on Sunday, guys. Keep the faith. One more game. it kind of is do or die. But we've got 2 possible positive outcomes: a draw or a win. The writing's on the wall. We've got to make it happen. Listen, make sure you follow my channel, The Flex. I'll be doing a live stream on there tomorrow. Links, not the links in the video description. Just make sure you go follow on The Flex and across my social media platforms at FlexUTD. Make sure you subscribe to the United Stand as well. Smash a like on the video and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to get into the player ratings with the guys to see what they made of today. And I don't think it's going to be much higher than the Chelsea game, even though we didn't lose. I'm out of it.